Lesbian love with a vampire at a Hogwarts-esque university? More on this in a second here at Queer Fudanshi. Hi, my name is Devin Jackson Randall, or DGR, and welcome to Queer Fudanshi. Today we're actually only going to be talking about one property instead of two. I'm sorry guys, but there will be no BL bits for today's episode. That said, look forward for Tuesday's episode because I'm very excited for the BL bits. But for today's video, we're going to be talking about a queer quota with a lesbian twist. I've been thinking that lately we've been talking a little bit too much about the boys' love and not sharing any lesbian love or any female love, so I thought, let's talk about Carmilla. If you guys don't know, Carmilla is a web series from Canada. It is actually on YouTube with 3 seasons, so if you guys want to check it out, you can. If you're watching this video, you have access to it. The series is actually based off of a novel, a European novel that's back from a couple centuries ago. It was about a European girl named Laura, whose father owned a mansion, and then one day a random girl comes in to live with them. This girl named Carmilla ends up trying to seduce Laura. In addition, Laura has been having strange dreams of different animals coming into her bed. It turns out that this is because Carmilla is a vampire and has been hunting her down. Well, this web series actually kind of modernizes that idea and adds a romance to it. This series is about Laura, who is a university student at a random university in Europe called Silas University. And she one day finds out that her roommate goes missing and is replaced by Carmilla, a vampire. The second season that we're going to be talking about for today's video is actually the after effects of the first season, and the after effects of solving the mystery and getting rid of the dean. And then this kind of creates this weird Hogwarts-esque university at Silas, where there are a bunch of crazy things happening. Amazonians, different ghosts and monsters and vampire hunters and vampires and all of that. For the blog post, I only reviewed the second half of season 2. The first half and then season 1 I've already reviewed earlier on. As for my thoughts on the season, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't sensational. I think it was a good 3 or 4 out of 5. I thought it was fun. I hated some of the characters. I loved some of the characters. I didn't like the blog setup, but I thought that they were doing very well direction-wise. Being able to block out people sitting here, people sitting here, and people sitting here in order to make use of the tiny space and the tiny angle that they were using as a camera shot. It all worked in a way. Specifically, as I said earlier, there were some characters that I just did not like. Particularly Laura, the main character. The whole point of the character in this season is to show that she is selfish and she is too idealistic, too naive, and it annoyed me, it grinded my gears. I just could not get past it in this season. Particularly with her whole relationship with Carmilla. All she does is ask and be selfish and want Carmilla to change for her. She wants Carmilla to stop being a vampire, stop acting like a vampire. She wants Carmilla to be this hero and to be selfless, where she's just asking for all these selfish things over and over again. And it just bothered me and it annoyed me, and I did not like Laura as this character. Mind you, that's the point. It's the point to show that she is selfish. It's the point to show that she is naive. But as a viewer, I just don't enjoy it. That said, with the bad characters came the good characters. Particularly Perry in this season was very wonderful. I loved how she turned dark and twisted. You could see her really downfall. I would have enjoyed it more if it really was her and she wasn't just being possessed, spoilers. But I just could not get into it knowing that, but I did get into it before that. And again, I really have to say that I really love the whole Silas shifting on its head, turning into this Hogwarts-esque place where there's all these crazy, fantastical things happening. I almost wish I could go to that school. For my fantasy schools that I would love to go to, there's first Hogwarts and then second Silas University. One other complaint before I finish this video is that I do have to say that I wish the show would commit to consequences. There were 2 characters that had died by the end of the show, and then in the very last episode were reborn. They were given life again. And then there was also the fact that Carmilla had broken up, but then by the last episode, it looks like they were going to get back together again. And then, of course, knowing that there's a season 3 and a movie, it's clear that they are going to get back together. But I'm just like, stick to your consequences. Have actual consequences for the things that happen. Laura has been selfish and terrible. Make her stay broken up with Carmilla. these two characters that died, keep them dead. You know, I just wish the show had been brave enough to do that. But that is it on my thoughts on this show. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have you checked out Carmilla seasons 1 or 2 or 3? Eventually I'll get to that season. And if you have not, why haven't you? Go check it out. Once again, it's on YouTube and you have complete access to it. And as always, if you liked this video, make sure to like it and subscribe if you haven't already. Queer Fudanshi tries to share LGBT media through news, reviews, and good conversation. So let's get talking. Bye.